What's up, guys? It's DDR Freak, the Ginger Beard Man, and I have got a gem of a game to show off to you today. This is a racing game from the prior console generation, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and this game is amazing. This is, of course, Split Second. Now, this game, I swear, I bought at least 3 or 4 copies of this game when it was available, when I was working at GameStop, because I would buy a copy and then I'd trade it at a convention and then I'd buy it again. It's a good game, but my store could not keep them in stock. I would sell this game to everybody, and with good reason. It actually just came out on Games with Gold on Xbox 360, and which gave it the backwards compatibility to Xbox One. That came out last year, and it's a good thing too, because this game is very hard to find. It didn't sell well, and we'll talk about that later, but it's a great game, it's a ton of fun, and you're about to find out more. Split Second was developed by the now-defunct BlackRock Studios. It was well received by critics and fans, but sold poorly overall. It's not completely confirmed, but the suspicion is that this game was the reason why Disney shut down BlackRock Studios. Yeah, Disney published this game. Does this look like a Disney game to you?
Does he look like a bitch?
I didn't think so. Now, you've probably already noticed that Split Second is a racing game chock full of all of the explosions necessary to entertain an ADOS-addled brain. What is ADOS, you ask? ADOS stands for Attention Deficit... Ooh, shiny. The game is set on this reality TV show where contestants compete in different events to earn the chance to race the elites. These guys are the best of the best, and they're the hardest races to beat. But you take them down, you get to advance to the next episode. Each episode gives you new challenges and events, and completing events earns you credits to unlock new cars. The cycle repeats until the end with one huge cliffhanger. I'm not going to spoil it here, but let's just say that BlackRock Studios had a whole second game in mind when they were designing the first one. And it really sucks they didn't get to see it come out. Oh, I gave myself a sad. Anyways, the events in Split Second are your run-of-the-mill racing fare, but cranked to 11! The standard race mode is absolutely ridiculous. You can trigger these power plays in the middle of the race and watch your opponents get absolutely wrecked. It's rather satisfying to blow up a building and watch car after car slide off the track. But that's not all with this game. You can change the course of the track in the middle of the race. They're called route changer power plays, and the replay moments for these are something else. Some tracks have 2 or more route changers in the same area. The dry dock, for example, has 2 different route changers on the giant boat, each one directing racers through a shorter lap. I've had route changes put me from last to first place in one go. They're big, they're destructive, and I love it! The hot lap mode, called Detonator, puts you in a specific car on a specific track, and you have to complete that lap as fast as you can. But the film crew are triggering every power play they can to try and slow you down. This can be a real challenge to complete, fair warning, but you need to finish first in every single one to unlock everything. There's also Eliminator, an 8-player race that knocks off the person in last place every so often. It starts out with like 2 minutes, and then it gets down to like a 30-second timer. So if you're in last, you see this big red number over your head counting down to your impending doom? Yeah, that'll get you going. I've had several races end with a nail biter. But remember how I said this game has ridiculous events? Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Enter Airstrike. Ever wonder what it's like to try that Sunday drive while an attack helicopter is shooting missiles at you? Yeah, me neither. Thankfully, this game answered the question that nobody asked. And while filming this, I noticed that a certain Pac-Man dude had a higher score than me on the airport. I had to change that one. Eat it, Pac! Yeah! But that's not all with the helicopter. They turn it around and let you fight back in Airstrike. You build up the meter and by dodging missiles, and then trigger a power play to launch the missiles back at the helicopter. It's like a group of 10-year-old kids were playing with their Hot Wheels and thought, you know what would be really cool? Dodging missiles while racing down the track! And nobody argued with it. It's this childlike, over-the-top action that really lends itself to Split Second's charm. But we're not done with the craziness. Don't forget about my favorite event, Survival. Survival has you racing past semi-trucks, dropping exploding propane tanks out the back. Yeah, it is as ridiculous as it sounds. Look at this! Oh my god! I raced my buddy Cold Cuts on stream a few years back and utterly smoked him. 4.6 million points. It was an incredible feat. The whole run was 7.5 minutes long, and I'll link to it down below if you want to check it out, because it was an awesome, awesome run. And if you feel like sitting through it, it's worth it. Cold usually smokes me in fighting games, so it was nice to have the upper hand for once and turn it around. For as over-the-top arcade action as this game offers, the real surprise is the racing sim under the hood. This game forces you to drive well. You have to be able to understand oversteer, understeer, and capitalizing on the apex of the turn to really be able to come out on top. The cars are varied, each have their own strengths and weaknesses, and you have to learn the car as much as you learn the track. It's this weird marriage of racing sim and arcade racer that you really don't see too much nowadays. You're either going hardcore sim racing like Gran Turismo or Forza, or you're racing with less fine-tuned control like San Francisco Rush or Hydro Thunder. This game really strikes a balance between the two, and I love it for that. There's a lot of comparisons between this game and Burnout, which makes a lot of sense, because there is a lot of similarities between the two games. There's that over-the-top action, explosions, wrecking cars, and it's very easy to see the similarity. I like to call Split Second the spiritual successor to Burnout. I think that's probably the most apt description out there. And correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think that I would call this game the spiritual successor to Burnout. So yeah, if you have an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3, you owe it to yourself to add Split Second to your collection. This game is too good to pass up. It's fun, it's easy to get into, and it's even better with friends. Speaking of, I want to play with you tonight. I'm going to be streaming some Split Second on Twitch, Mixer, and Vim. As always, my links are down below. And I want you to join me. We can fill out an 8-man room, and let's get that room filled up. Let's race. Let's do elimination. Let's do survival. Let's have some fun and play some Split Second together. And hopefully I'll see you tonight. And by the way, let me know if you enjoyed these videos. I want to know what you think of them, and I want to know what you want to see me cover. If there's a specific game you want to see me cover, or a genre, or if you want to see me talk a little bit about some game history. If you want to see me talk about Dance Dance Revolution, I could talk about Dance Dance Revolution. You want to see me talk about Star Fox 64? Let me know. I want to know what interests you guys. So sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I look forward to seeing you tonight for some split second, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video for whatever I decide to talk about. But as always, I'm DDR Freak, the Gingerbeard Man. I'm signing off. You guys have yourselves a great rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time it is, and I'll see you hopefully tonight. So yeah, if you have an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, you owe it to yourself to have this game in your collection. This is an amazing... Oh, I got a burp again. This is going to be a running thing, I know it. This is going to be a running thing. And just end of my videos, put in the burp.